learning about numbers, and there's actually alternative ways to say certain numbers, so stay tuned to EZ Cantonese.
I guess I never did that video.
Make sure you check out the EZ Cantonese.
I hope nobody noticed.
Play them all at once.
Never too late, I
See you
guess.
later. Hey, what's going on everybody? It's time for another edition of EZ Cantonese. Make sure you press the like button, the subscribe button, all that jazz. It'll really help out with the YouTube algorithm. Really help me out, really help out this channel. Yeah. So as I mentioned, many years ago, there are alternative ways to say certain numbers in Cantonese. Today we'll be talking about the terrible twos, as I like to call it, not to be confused with certain children out there, but the terrible twos of Chinese. So there are two ways to say two in Cantonese and in Chinese. One is of course yi, and the other is leng. So the question is, when do you use which one?
So here are a few situations where you might use the word yi. Say when you're counting from 1 to 10, we did a video on that. Say like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, then you'll use yi. So another example, saying the number on its own, usually you use yi. And the number you picked when you're waiting in line. So if somebody were to say, hey, next in line, number 2, that person will be using yi. Other examples, bus number, floor number, seat number, room number, street number, dates, days, months, Tuesday, those will all be yi. So say it's February 2nd, Tuesday, those will all be yi. So the other way for saying two is leng. So this is usually associated with measure words. So say age, weight, money. If somebody asks you how many or how much, you usually respond with leng. So for example, if somebody asks you, oh, how many apples are there, or how much money does it cost, the amount of people that's coming to the party, you would use leng plus a measure word.
So here are some examples. So let's say there's a building, there's only 2 floors, 2 stories to this building, and somebody asks you, hey, which floor are you in, right? So in this case, assuming you're in the 2nd floor, you would say yi lou, you would use yi. Let's say somebody asked you, hey, how many floors are in your building? You would use leng, which would be leng cheng lao. So going back to the first example, you're just saying which floor you're at, but the second example, you are measuring how many floors there are. So that's the difference between yi and leng. So another example is vacation, let's just say. So let's say your vacation's in February. Somebody asks you, hey, when is your vacation? So in this case, you would say yi, you would say yi yu, and whichever date it might be. But alternatively, if somebody asks you, hey, how many more weeks until your vacation, you would say, for example, oh, in 2 weeks, which would be 2個禮拜. The first example, you're just saying which month it is, and the second example, you're actually measuring how many weeks left until your vacation. So that's the difference. So of course, with Cantonese and Chinese, there's always exceptions. I've thought of a few.
So the first one is 2:02 a.m. or p.m. Of course, it's in terms of time. So 2:02 in Cantonese is 2:02. So notice that the first 2 is leng, but the second 2 is yi. Why is that? I am not sure. This is supposed to be a measurement of time, so it should be leng, but in Cantonese it is 2:02. Second exception is the game Big 2. So in this case, the 2 is not yi or leng. Big 2 in Cantonese is 坐大啲. So the 2 actually turned into di. I'm not sure why that is. I guess that's just the name of the game. The last one that I can think of is the numbers 20, 200, 2000, and 20,000. So in some of these cases, it could be leng or it could be yi when it comes to the 2. But this is going to be another video, maybe another 4 years it'll take, because we are only focusing on the number 2 for now. We'll talk about this another time, but just keep that in mind.
So those are the exceptions. If you can think of any more exceptions, I'm sure there will be. Make sure you leave a comment below. I'd love to learn from you as much as you learn from me. Hey, that's all the time we have for this week's EZ Cantonese. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you give this video a like. Make sure you subscribe. The button's over there, and there's all these other videos here and there as a playlist somewhere, wherever it is now on YouTube. I'm not really sure. Thank you for watching EZ Cantonese, and I will see you next time, okay? Bye.